So I picked this one up at the thrift store for $3. I did an image search and it came up with Spartacus 1150. This says tradition. Uh, Fran did a video in 2022 on the Spartacus one, and that one apparently was made in China and had a date code on one of the chips of 92 44th week, I think it was. And also, it was apparently a pain to open up. This one, though, is made in Hong Kong. So I wonder if this one here predates the Spartacus one. Was the Spartacus one maybe just a rip-off of this, or change in licensing, etc.? Don't know. Don't care either, because I'm going to tear this apart and hopefully be able to, since I saw Fran's video, do it gracefully and not totally destroy it. Now I might just have to pause for a moment because I do have the alarm set. This is fully functional, which isn't bad because there it goes. Not super loud and not waking you up to this nice radio or anything like that, but it does work. You can see here it says low battery. That's because there is no battery in it. So first thing to do is unplug it. Actually, what I'm going to do is take off these labels and then unplug it. Yeah, there, the labels came off quite nicely. This is actually fairly bright, and it's not having any issues with the camera. Now let me just, that's bright mode, that's dim mode. Might as well go through the buttons. Time set, hour, minute. It just scrolls through. For alarm, you push this down, and then you can set the and hold, and you're going to set the alarm time. And then to set the alarm on, this is off, that's on. And then snooze. And that's it for it. So let me unplug it, and then let's start taking it apart. So with power cord there, let's take a look here. I'm going to have to change the camera setup, and then I'll go after these. So there's 6 screws on the bottom. Might as well start on one side. These feel like there's the self-tapping type. Oh, don't be pain. Nope, I had the right one. You can actually see pieces of the screw coming apart. Yeah, hopefully that came out enough. Keep constant pressure down, and hopefully it'll come out peacefully. Not in pieces. This thing's already stripped. Oh well. Okay, I'm going to take this off camera for a moment. There, it came out. Don't seem to need to worry about anything under these since those were exposed. Okay. There must be some clips. Like right there. That's better. There we go. So we got the transformer, we have the piezo, we have the battery compartment. And I'm going to take a close-up look at this. Okay, this looks like it's the same design as the one that Fran had. Basically, this is screwed in for the push buttons. It's been melted plastic there. This board is loosely held in, and you have to get at it by taking this off. So, let's start with these screws. There's one. Two. And if it's the same design, there could be a chip on this board here that's got a date code on it. So we'll find out if this is newer than Fran's or older than Fran's. And you should go watch her video also. After mine, of course. Okay, whoops. I always seem to have a problem seeing one screw. Okay. Oh, how nice. Human dandruff, probably. Okay. Falls apart quite nicely. Get those all out of the way. Oops. And a slider for there. Came out of there. So the next part is persuading it to open. As you can see in here, oops, if you can see in there, looks like there's a screw post here and a screw post over here. Oh, come on. That was easy. Well, when you watch Fran's video, apparently it took a lot more effort to get into. Oh well. Oh boy. Let's get this one popped out. Oops. Oh, that was nice and simple. 2 screws. One screwdriver does most of it, and one works as a good spludger. Splunger? Yeah, I'll probably get criticized for how I said it. Okay. Let's see. Will you fit through there? Yes, you will. Not that that's helping any. No matter what, I'm going to have to cut some wires. Well, before I do any of that, let's check out the board. I don't know where it cut out. The chip on this one is 1987, the 5th week. It's a Texas Instrument, and it was made in the Philippines. So this is the original version, and then either the copycat or different licensing was the one from Fran. Not a lot in there. If I can find the specs on this TMS 3450, I'll put it in the corner, and maybe I'll go look for it right now. Well, it looks like the TMS 3450NL clock IC MOS available $29.20 9 cents each from DigiKey. So let's see what the data sheet says about this one. Why does a lot of the data sheets now look like they're a photocopy of a photocopy of a photocopy, etc.? Didn't they keep an original or they couldn't retype it? But either way, duplex LED display drive, 50, 60 hertz operation, 12 or 24-hour display, AM, PM outputs, okay, 9-minute snooze. Yeah, I hit the snooze button. I'm not getting back up. Uh, Power fail indicator. I guess that's the battery backup. On chip CR backup oscillator. 900 hertz tone output. That's your buzzard. So they've got all the stuff about the chip. Basically, it's one chip and a few components. Does it all. Okay. Okay, right down to the segments. Don't need a separate segment IC. A bit more specs. And more. I thought I clicked on Texas Instrument on this one. Oh, wait, no, this was through DigiKey. They're giving me, because they're referring to a different website, not Texas Instrument. So a lot of the parameters, it's an alarm clock. Okay, let's continue looking at it. Okay, I've plugged it in. I want to see what the output on the transformer is. It's got a white wire, two reds, just green as ground. So it's most likely a center tap going on the white and one of the reds. Okay, it's 10.5-ish volts. On the other red, it's 10.5-ish volts. And between the two is almost 21 volts. So I've got a nice little center tap transformer here. Now I'll turn it off and take a quick look at the circuit. So here's going to be a real brief on it. You got the transformer wires coming up with the center tap. You got your 4 diodes rectifying it out. I didn't follow through on all the circuitry on this. There's one other little diode over here, a bunch of resistors. Essentially, a lot of the pins from this are coming across to here and going out to the LED. So, that's about it for this circuit. It's kind of cute. You should watch Fran's video and try to compare the differences. Other than this chip being about 5 years older, they're probably pretty similar. Over in here, it does look like there's a tiny bit of heat damage. But when you consider this, let's see, it's 2026 right now. This was probably 88. So 12 plus 26 is 38 years old. Not bad. And it's a product of Hong Kong. So, oops, I missed a few things over here. Oh, there's a couple, by the looks of it, transistors here. So what I'll get out of this, I am going to reassemble it and keep it as one piece for the time being. These are still readily available on eBay. There's a lot of them out there. But what I'm going to do is keep it. That way I've got this here, should I ever want to use a very large display. I'll have a power center tap center tap transformer. I've got lots of piezos, but that's kind of handy with it with those voltages. If you want to make a nice cleaner power supply versus one of those switching supplies, it's amazing how the noise in the house went from a long time ago when I did electronics. It was all 50, 60-ish in that range hertz. And you go, what do you mean it's one or the other? I lived in northern Manitoba. It was all over the place. But it used to be 60 hertz noise. Now you take a look and just string out a wire from your multimeter or from your scope, and it's all over the place. It's in the tens and hundreds of hertz noise. But this is not bad for $3. So, time to reassemble it. And I'm rambling already. And my disassembly went very smooth since I watched Fran's. That helps. Have a good one. Bye.